Good evening, viewers. You're watching Mission 2024. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Let me quickly take you through the headlines. Foreign Minister Jai Shankar talks tough to Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says killing separatists is not part of India's foreign policy. Slams Canada for sheltering crime.
One, we told the Canadians that this is not the government of India's policy. Two, we told the Canadians saying that, look, if you have something specific, if you have something relevant, let us know. We are open to looking at it.
NIA cracks down on Khalistan terror. Dozen suspects detained, arms, ammunition seized. Sensational NIA dossier access revealing gangster Dawood Ibrahim's Khalistani links. Shocking rape horror from Madhya Pradesh's Ujjain. A 12-year-old child raped, denied help, walking door to door, bleeding, semi-naked. Child rights panel takes stock, sends a notice to the Ujjain police. Trouble mounts for Arvind Kejriwal. The CBI has ordered a preliminary probe into the Delhi Chief Minister's house renovation. In midst of Prime Minister Modi's big Nari Shakti moment, he takes a dig at the erstwhile UPA government for stalling Vikas, claims investors were threatened by past governments. Gold rush for India at Asian Games. India's Manu Bhaker, Isha Singh and Rhythm Sangwan win gold in women's 25-meter pistol team event. Fifth gold for India. And India Today Group founder and editor-in-chief honoured by the All India Management Association. Arun Puri felicitated with the Managing India Award for lifetime contribution to media.
I'm delighted to receive this award. In journalism, seeking the truth as best as you can and presenting it objectively. That's the aim. Today, this is even more important in today's environment.
All right, top focus. Let's take you now to battleground Madhya Pradesh. The BJP is gearing up to put up a tough fight against the Congress in the poll-bound Madhya Pradesh. While the Saffron Party rolled out its top heavyweights, 3 sitting cabinet ministers, 7 MPs for its poll fight. Amongst these stalwarts is also BJP leader Kailash Vijaywargiya, who's not too happy about being given a ticket. One of the reasons could very well be because he's been given a ticket while his own son's ticket has been cut from the same constituency. Mind you, last year it was his son who had fought elections from Indore 1, on which now he's been given a ticket. Just a day after it was announced that Vijaywargiya has been fielded to fight from the key constituency of Indore 1, the BJP leader appears to be very, very unhappy. Vijaywargiya not only expressed dismay over the BJP ticket, but also stated that he no longer has any zeal to contest elections.
अंदर से खुश नहीं, सच कह रहा हूँ, इसलिए कि मेरी लड़ने की इच्छा ही नहीं थी, 1% भी इच्छा नहीं थी। एक माइंडसेट होता है ना लड़ने का, अपने को तो जाना भाषण, अब बड़े नेता हो गए, अब हाथ जोड़ने का जाते, तो भाषण देना और निकल जाना, भाषण देना और निकल जाना, ये सोचा था हमने तो प्लान ये बनाया था कि रोज 8 सभा करनी है, 5 हेलीकॉप्टर से और 3 कार से। पर आप जो सोचते वो होता क्या, भगवान की जो इच्छा होती है वही होता है।
मोदी जी घबराए हुए हैं, अमित शाह जी घबराए हुए हैं, और मैंने आज मुझे कुछ लोगों ने फ़ोन किया कि वो प्रयोग जो गुजरात में किया था कि सारे मिनिस्टर सबके टिकट काट दिए, वो यहाँ भी प्रयोग हो सकता है। जनता मन बना चुकी है, कांग्रेस के पक्ष में लहर है। मैं तुम्हारा भैया, ये सब नाटक नौटंकी है। इन्होंने न भाई की मदद की, न बहना की मदद की।
Let's cut across right now immediately to my colleague Himendra Sharma, who's joining us live from Bhopal. Himendra, we are going to just come to you, but let's once again listen in to Kailash Vijaywargiya. You know, what's really bizarre, viewers, is that in every election, people fight for tickets. It's a hard-fought battle. They wait, to get a ticket, especially from the Bharatiya Janata Party or any ruling party in a state. And Kailash Vijaywargiya says he's too senior, and now he really has no zeal to fight. Listen in to what Kailash Vijaywargiya said, and we're going to cut across back to my colleague Himendra.
अंदर से खुश नहीं हूं, सच कह रहा हूं, इसलिए कि मेरी लड़ने की इच्छा ही नहीं थी, एकदम 1% भी इच्छा नहीं थी। एक माइंडसेट होता है ना लड़ने का, अपने को तो जाना भाषण, अब बड़े नेता हो गए, अब हाथ जोड़ने का जाएगी, तो भाषण देना और निकल जाना, भाषण देना और निकल जाना, ये सोचा था हमने तो प्लान ये बनाया था कि रोज 8 सभा करनी है, 5 हेलीकॉप्टर से और 3 कार से। पर आप जो सोचते वो होता क्या, भगवान की जो इच्छा होती वही होता है।
Very rarely, Himendra, do you actually hear a candidate who's been given a ticket. Usually there's a sense of celebration, but it seems Kailash Vijaywargiya thinks he's way too senior to fight a Vidhan Sabha election. He is General Secretary, Bharatiya Janata Party. Does it also stem from the fact, Himendra, because in an ironic fashion, it's his own son whose ticket has been cut from Indore 1, who fought last time around, and this time given to Kailash Vijaywargiya?
Well, his son is from seat number 3 in Indore. That is one issue, but more than that, I think it's the element of surprise. These top leaders of Madhya Pradesh BJP, including Kailash Vijaywargiya, Narendra Singh Tomar, and even Prahlad Patel. Narendra Singh Tomar, Prahlad Patel, these are ministers in the union cabinet. They were taken by surprise by the BJP's decision. In fact, when this second list was announced on Monday, that very day they were on stage with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but they had no idea about it. Narendra Singh Modi, to tell you the fact, Narendra Singh Tomar in the evening was at a television program when this news was broken to him, and he was dazed. And Narendra Singh Tomar, after that, for the next 24 hours, didn't speak with anyone. He's normally a very quiet and calm politician who reacts to every question. Anything that is asked from him, he normally take that question and then think over it and then react. But he didn't react for at least a day and a half. Kailash Vijaywargiya perhaps is speaking his heart out. These top leaders of Madhya Pradesh, this is in a sense a strategy for a war in which the general doesn't know that he has to go for war the next day. That's what has happened with these top leaders.
Right.
More than being happy, they are surprised by the fact that they've been. And the question is that if they win, out of all these top leaders, if they win, only one is going to be the chief minister. But the most important question amongst these top BJP leaders who have been asked to contest assembly elections is that what if they lose the election? All these seats that they have been given, Indore 1 is not a very easy, it's not a cakewalk. He has to fight with a money bag of the Congress party. Manoj Shukla, he's a money bag of the Congress party. And Dimri seat of Narendra Singh Tomar, that's again with the Congress party.
Right.
Riti Pathak in Sidhi, Kedar Shukla is questioning her candidature. He's said that he's going to come out with this strategy within the next 1 month, 15 days. So there is a lot of confusion amongst these leaders' minds. They are mindful of the fact that if they lose this election, Vidhan Sabha election, those who have been union cabinet ministers, it could well be the end of the road for them.
Well, it could be the end of the road for them, and it's also a very smart way of testing the caliber of your heavyweights, exactly how heavy they are politically, by making them fight a Vidhan Sabha election less than 6 months before or 4 or 5 months before the general election, whether they are fit even to fight the Lok Sabha election. Mind you, 7 sitting MPs have been fielded in the Vidhan Sabha, 3 cabinet ministers. Very, very interesting play by the Bharatiya Janata Party, but not taken very well by at least the sitting MPs as well as the cabinet ministers. With that, Himendra, appreciate you joining us. We're going to shift focus to the national capital. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has now come under the CBI lens. The Central Bureau of Investigation has registered a preliminary inquiry into the allegations regarding the renovation of Chief Minister Kejriwal's residence. The CBI has directed the PWD under the Delhi government to hand over all documents by 3rd of October. Now, the Central Probe Agency will inquire into all aspects of the alleged irregularities that came to light after an inquiry conducted by the Chief Secretary of Delhi. The inquiry has been ordered based on a 5-page letter written by Delhi LG V.K. Saxena to the CBI director in May. Now, reacting sharply to the developments, Aam Aadmi Party has accused BJP of trying to malign the Chief Minister. Up further claims that BJP won't be able to find any evidence against the Delhi CM and will fail once again.
दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल के शानदार राजमहल की सीबीआई जांच शुरू होने का हम स्वागत करते हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का पहले दिन से कहना था कि इस शानदार बंगले की मरम्मत में बहुत ज्यादा करप्शन किया गया है, नियमों का उल्लंघन किया गया है और आज जब सीबीआई की जांच शुरू हो रही है तो सभी दिल्लीवासी इस जांच का स्वागत करते हैं।
All right, let's quickly cut across to my colleague Munish Pandey, who's joining us from the national capital, Delhi. Munish, can you get us up to speed with the latest already, where the liquor scam is concerned, the Aam Aadmi Party and its many senior leaders battling it out where the ED is concerned, and now the CBI scanner on the Delhi CM?
Well, Preeti, at this point of time, we can confirm that the Central Bureau of Investigation has initiated a preliminary inquiry in connection with the renovation and some new constructions regarding Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Now, this preliminary inquiry means that CBI will now probe the allegations of irregularities in building the new building for Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. And if CBI finds any evidence in the allegations, then only FIR will be lodged against accused in the case. As far as this preliminary inquiry is concerned, remember, as of now, this complaint is only against unknown officials of CPWD department and certain individuals. Again, those certain individuals are unnamed at this point of time. CBI claims that after probing this matter, they will be able to conclude that whether there was irregularities of over 43 crore or not, and whether there are any evidence to back up these allegations or not. So as of now, this is at a preliminary inquiry stage, but this will have a far-reaching political implications, because also, Preeti, on 3rd of October, the Central Bureau of Investigation has asked certain departments, including the CPWD department, to give the documents regarding the approval of this project, regarding approval of the money, and regarding the escalation of money. So, of course, it is going to be, it seems that trouble is mounting for Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal.
Munish, appreciate you joining us. Let's quickly move on. Because it's been 5 months since violence first broke out in Manipur, and it's been a never-ending cycle of violence since then. The murder of 2 Meitei students after they were abducted missing for the last 3 months has once again sent the state of Manipur into total unrest and chaos. Students in the capital, Imphal, took to the streets in protest against the murder and the killing of these 2 very young kids. But the protesters were met with brutal resistance by Manipur police after tear gas was deployed and students lathi-charged. After Chief Minister Biren Singh, a Meitei himself, has vowed strict action against the culprits, a special CBI team has reached the strife-torn state to take stock of the murders. After images of 2 students went viral, mobile internet has been snapped again and curfew has been reimposed in the state of Manipur. I want to cut across right now because we've been reporting, viewers, over the last 5 months on the cycle of violence in the state of Manipur. One can't forget the images of the 2 stripped Kuki women who were paraded naked, one of them gang raped. These images now coming in of 2 Meitei students. One of them was 17-year-old Hijam. Her father, Kulujit Singh, joins us this evening. We also have her brother with us, Sachin Singh. Kulujit and Sachin, first and foremost, sir, we offer at India Today our sincere condolence on what you have faced or the fate that your daughter has met. We are very, very sorry. It takes a lot of courage to come on the show and join us, Sachin and Kulujit Singh, both of you, to maybe speak for your 17-year-old sister and your 17-year-old daughter, sir. Thank you for doing this. Sir, I want to ask you, How is it? You know, your daughter was abducted over 3 months ago. When did you find out that she was brutally murdered, sir?
First of all, ma'am, I would like to thank all the members in this meeting for giving me this opportunity to talk about my sister. Yes, we found out our sister on 25th September 2023 at around 3:15 p.m. Actually, the news got viral about the death of our sister, and you know, we are, I don't know what to say. Well, we are a bit more emotional about the loss of our sister, beloved of our sister, and
So take your time. I apologize. You know, we are very, very sorry, and we understand what you're going through. But, you know, I know you want to put your voice out there. You want to speak on behalf of your sister. Your father, Kulajit Singh, wants to speak on behalf of his daughter. We are very sorry of what you've gone through, Sachin. We are very, very sorry of what your father is facing right now. It shouldn't have happened to anyone, leave alone a 17-year-old young girl. Sachin, you know, take a minute to compose yourself, and I want to ask you, was the police in touch with you after the abduction of your sister? Did they keep giving you regular updates?
yes, they were there, and they help us a lot, and they were in touch till that, and they update us about the reports that they have been doing the inquiry till that, and yes, they are in touch with us till that. Yes.
Sachin, it's been a vicious cycle of violence, which, you know, both communities have faced. What you have gone through as a family, one can't even imagine. Do you see an end to this cycle of violence? What is it that you ask the government of? What is it that you want? Do you have any faith at all? You know, even your father, if he can tell us, in the government anymore?
Yes, we have faith in the government. Till that, the government are also helping us till that, and yes, we have faith. And I want to say to the government that okay, our sister has lost their life in this unfortunate situations of Manipur, and I think our sister are innocent. Actually, they are, and her friend Hemanjit. They both of them were students, and they should not. They shouldn't do this kind of thing to our children. And say, I just want to say that we have felt the future, the budding futures, the budding pillars of our nation, and it's really an unfortunate incident that happens. Or as both the kids are innocent students, and yes, there's a conflict or clashes now between the two communities, but our kids are not part of the conflicts. They were not armed with weapons, and if that was the case, then it would have been another matter, isn't it? And both the kids were innocent students, and they were murdered brutally in their custody. They're also in the hyper-cold-blooded. It's ought to be condemned universally, and they are violating all the norms of human rights. A case has also been taken up by the CBI and for their missing report, and it's now confirmed that they had been put to death. It's very unfortunate, and now the people wants to know how far has the CBI stepped up, and they want this case to be in the priority, and the victim be delivered justice, and the location of both the phones of the two kids, which cannot be or unable to trace at this time of highly technically advanced states is highly
Right.
unacceptable, I think. So
Sachin,
I want to ask the government.
yes. Go ahead,
Yes.
sir. Yeah, go ahead, Sachin. Say what you're saying.
Okay. It's already 2.5 and almost 3 months, and wanted to know the progress of the cases, what CBI has taken till date, and even after having found out so many clues that as to say their phones are found using by the militants and
even though, man, I want to say our innocent both daughter and son, why they not timely found out. And two naked fellow will bring out very short periodly. Why before that we are complaining, but India, the government cannot be responsibility for this. We are the neglected people. Why we are the neglected people? I am very disappointed in this area, and why tortures still now taking the violence to the innocent dear friends, boys and friends, for demanding the dead body. Why they violate it? This is the inhumanity. It is the out of law. Is not doing. Please explain.
we wanted to know that what the central government and CBI is doing till date, even after all the clue has been provided by us.
Right.
And it's quite natural for a student to get agitated when they see their friends butchered in this situation and in this kind of inhuman nature, and they are brutally killed in a hyper cold-blooded manner. It's very shocking. It's very shocking, and this kind of situation is heartbreaking.
I want to ask your father, does he see any end to this cycle of violence in your state? It's been 5 months.
Yes, it is possible. See, the situation, the ongoing situation is not between the two communities. I mean, not between the Meitei and the Kukis itself. It's like the Kukis are backed by the militants with a sophisticated weapon. It is not fair. It is not fair.
Cookies, not only cookies, the militants. Militants are backed by the government. We are I'm back, but saying that they are even they are no. Yes.
What my father is trying to say is, all the Kuki militants are backed by the immigrants infiltrator, which is a foreign infiltrator, which is moving inside the Manipur.
I want to ask you one question. I want to ask your father one question, and I want to ask you, Sachin, one question. You've chosen to join us this evening, and I know your family is grieving. How would you want to remember, your sister, your daughter, sir?
Yes, thanks. I always never will forget. My third eye will always be open. Even notice last my daughter. I cannot be. So.
Sir, I apologize, and I'm sorry, and I really do hope. I really do hope that the justice that you seek is delivered. The questions that you have raised on account of your 17-year-old child is delivered to you, sir. I respect what you say, and thank you for taking the time out, for joining us. We wish you peace, we wish you warmth, we wish you well, especially in this trying time. I appreciate, sir. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you. With that, I'm going to go into a quick break, viewers. On the other side is To The Point.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
The last few days have been embarrassing for the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. First, he dropped the diplomatic equivalent of a nuclear bomb on Indo-Canada relations.
Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
Since then, his popularity ratings have been sliding. Now he finds himself in the eye of a storm for applauding a Nazi World War II veteran. After global outrage, the Canadian Prime Minister has pinned the blame on Russian propaganda.
It's extremely upsetting that this happened. The speaker has acknowledged his mistake and has apologized. But this is something that is deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada. It's going to be really important that all of us push back against Russian propaganda, Russian disinformation.
After Speaker of Canada's Parliament apologized on Sunday, senior Liberals are calling for Speaker's resignation for inviting a Ukrainian with Nazi ties to Parliament.
Donc, ce qui s'est passé vendredi est complètement inacceptable.
So what happened on Friday is completely unacceptable. It was a moment where we were embarrassed as Canadians, and it is certainly an embarrassment for the House of Commons as well. And I think the Speaker of House should listen to the members and the missionaries. Are you speaking on behalf of all the Liberals in the cabinet, or only your name on this? I think there is no other alternative, and I think it's the right thing to do.
Au nom de tous les libéraux du cabinet ou seulement votre nom là-dessus?
Politically ridiculed, diplomatically criticized, and isolated even by his closest friends. In July, a separate survey also found that Trudeau was the worst Prime Minister in over 50 years. The Canadian Prime Minister is clearly pushed to the wall. Bureau Report, India Today.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Yellow flags with Khalistan prints. Random raids. Scuffles. The real authors of these Khalistani activities seek to project them as expressions of a political demand. But there is more to this than meets the eye. Highly placed sources in the Indian establishment reveal the deep-pocket Khalistani extremists in Canada exploit Punjab's gullible youth into joining them as foot soldiers. The likes of slain Canadian Khalistani Nijjar and his associates would often sponsor Sikh youth from Punjab for medium-skilled jobs like plumbers and truck drivers. With more than 30 gurdwaras in their control in Canadian cities like Brampton, Surrey and Edmonton, elements like the ISI-backed and outlawed Sikhs for Justice would offer employment into lowly paid religious occupations. These Canada-based Khalistani operatives have also tied up with gangsters hiding in Canada in order to carry out attacks in Punjab. According to these sources, a pro-Khalistan political party in Canada charges 1 to 2 lakh rupees for issuing a single recommendation letter to Sikh youth seeking political asylum in Canada, falsely claiming persecution in India on religious grounds.
Skincare is rapidly changing with new power ingredients making way. For instance, retinol can soon be passé probably thanks to bakuchiol, which does the same job as retinol with minimal side effects. Even Deepika Padukone stats it. Retinol is not well tolerated by many, causing intense sensitivity to some. Bakuchiol, on the other hand, can be called retinol's gentler cousin, which is natural, less irritating, and a vegan alternative. Deep exfoliating scrubs are now replaced with peeling pads with glycolic and salicylic acid, which is Dermat approved. I tried them and found them even better than the in-clinic peels. FCL, for instance, is specially formulated for the Indian skin.
You know, acid pads don't suit every skin. You have to take advice, professional advice, before you start using them, because some skins just react to them. And if it suits you, I think once in 2 weeks is good enough, not more frequently than that.
Natural is overrated. Everything natural is not good for your skin. Even poison ivy is natural. Does that mean you start applying or having it? No, right? If you are trying to look at natural options, look for products that are of medical grade that contain only pure, high-quality ingredients that are natural but far more concentrated to help treat and heal with myriad skin concerns. My personal favorite is vitamin C serum and an active serum that treats the skin well.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Powered by UBI, good people to bank with. Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com, हर family होगी insured.
Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. Let's begin with a cliche. Humanity died in Ujjain. There are so many more that one can use. But one thing is for sure, that as a collective, India, every now and then, every few days, because a case comes every few days, as a collective, we cross that threshold of being inhuman. In this case, what you see on your television screen, she's a 12-year-old child. A 12-year-old child, let that sink in. Semi-naked, bleeding, leaving a trail of blood behind her, walking on the streets of Madhya Pradesh's Ujjain. This minor child was brutally raped and dumped. In visuals captured on CCTV cameras, this little child is seen walking in a residential area. A rag barely covers her. She leaves a trail of blood. She begs anyone that she can see to help her, take her to the hospital.